Hi, I'm Kay Dean, and this is Fake Review Watch. Making it as a small business in 2025 is hard enough, but it's doubly hard when Google allows extortionists from halfway around the world to ruin your online reputation. Today we'll see how small businesses in the US and beyond are having to cope with a rash of fake one-star Google reviews, apparently coming from Pakistan.
I received a message July 19th from Jonathan Towner, who runs Silicon Valley Comfort, a heating and AC business in San Jose. He had just been bombed with 16 one-star Google reviews in a day. Towner explained, quote, "I'm not just talking about unhappy customers. This was a straight-up attack. I've got screenshots, timestamps, and full documentation, including WhatsApp messages from the person behind it trying to extort me," unquote. He ended by thanking me for doing what Google refuses to. When I checked the Google listing for Silicon Valley Comfort, it had a 4.4-star rating based on 144 reviews. I sorted the reviews by newest. And sure enough, a bunch of one-star reviews had rolled in during the past 24 hours. 20, in fact. Emily Rose is one of these profiles posting a one-star review for Silicon Valley Comfort. The owner says the name doesn't match any customers they've served. And Rose is another one of those sketchy locked profiles I've often discussed that hide their review histories from you. Google abets fraudsters by allowing this. In fact, 17 of the 20 profiles who just dinged Silicon Valley Comfort with negative reviews are locked. Here are 10 of them. And here are 7 more. Convinced that these reviews were not legitimate and that the profiles were likely not even real people, I followed up with Jonathan Towner. He sent me WhatsApp communications with the extortionist. You see at the top that the phone number is from Pakistan. The extortionist begins by showing a couple of one-star Google reviews he's just posted for Silicon Valley Comfort and claims someone else wanted him to post 20 in all. The extortionist doesn't reveal who supposedly wanted this and asks Towner if he wants them deleted. When Towner doesn't respond right away, he says, "Okay, brother, I put more," and shows 2 more one-star reviews. He continues saying, "Brother, make a deal that helpful for your business," and follows with, "I only ask you some money, not a big brother. You want deal or not?" I don't think anyone paid this guy to post negative reviews for Towner's business. I think he's just extorting Towner. He says he only asks $100 to remove the bad reviews, and that he'll even throw in 5 positive reviews for free.
How does Google allow a business to get hit with 20 fake negative reviews in a day from phony Pakistani profiles? Yet this is common. There's a whole underworld of nefarious activity underpinning what you see on Google.
Google says it's on top of this problem. In its transparency report, the company claims that over 85% of fake reviews are blocked or removed before anyone actually sees them. Well, we're seeing them all right. So, either Google's not telling the truth or it can't handle the immensity of the problem.
But there's more Google should see. John Towner said other businesses were also being hit. So I did some additional analysis. Let's take a look.
Each X on this spreadsheet represents a negative Google review posted within the past few days by one of the profiles across the top for a Bay Area business on the left. The first 20 profiles all posted negative reviews for Silicon Valley Comfort. But note that 15 of those people also gave Evergreen Air HVAC in Palo Alto a negative review. And 8 of those people even posted a negative review for third Bay Area HVAC business, Bear Mechanical. I find this not believable. But there's more. I'll show you what Felicia Strong's been up to. Here's her review of Silicon Valley Comfort from July 19th. Notice that the owner says it's fraudulent and that he's reported it to Google. I want to point out a few things about the Felicia Strong profile. First, it's one of those sketchy locked profiles, hiding the review history. I found some of Strong's other reviews only through painstaking research. Second, note under the name that Strong is a level 5 Google local guide, supposedly making her more reliable, I guess. Third, that photo doesn't look like any Felicia to me. By the way, I found another locked profile, Minrad Rocky, using that same photo. Not uncommon for fake profiles. The same day Strong trashed Silicon Valley Comfort, she also posted this one-star review for Evergreen Air HVAC, also in the Bay Area. She's one of those 15 profiles hitting both businesses. But that's not all. That same day, she also hit a Brooklyn window cleaner with a one-star review. And just a few days earlier, she had posted this one-star review for Yan Air Conditioner, Heating and Refrigeration Repair in Chinatown in Manhattan. I think Yan didn't quite yet realize that this was a scammer when he posted his response. And then, a few days later, Yan was inundated with more one-star reviews, like this one by Janet Lestrilla, and posted on each of them. We were attacked by online scammers within one day. Look at the text of this review, by the way. It's for a mover, not an AC repair business. In fact, Yan received 5 one-star reviews that day from people who complained about their moving experiences. Janet, Jaden, Noah, William, and Mason. Do you think these are legitimate? I guess Google does. What's more, those same 5 people who trashed Yan Air Conditioning in New York on July 19th also posted one-star reviews the same day for the same dental practice in Switzerland. The practice responded to each, claiming they weren't patients. I'll show you the response to Mason's review at the bottom. The dental practice claims that all 5 reviews were posted within minutes and that the reviewers were not patients. They then state that they have reported this to Google and that they have initiated a legal investigation. So, our extortionists appear to have spread their fraud from California to New York to Switzerland. Let's go back to a now significantly expanded spreadsheet. Again, every X here represents a negative Google review posted within a few days in July 2025. We began with Silicon Valley Comfort in San Jose. But let's use Yan Air Conditioning in New York to illustrate the scope of this problem. Remember, we found Yan because Felicia Strong gave both Silicon Valley Comfort in San Jose and Yan one-star reviews. But if we scroll right, we see that Yan received 20 negative reviews. And look at the unbelievable overlap here. Here are the 5 who also hit the Swiss dentist. And 9 of Jan's haters also trashed Adelaide Hills locksmiths in Australia. And 6 don't like Prospect locksmiths, also in Australia. Utterly absurd. Then the extortionists started hitting Chicago moving companies. I'll show you what I just captured for Chicago Marathon movers while producing this video. It's July 22nd, and we're looking at the Google listing for Chicago Marathon movers. They've got 201 reviews. We'll sort by the newest. Here's a one-star review that just came in now. Here's one from 9 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago, 35 minutes ago. The owner responds, fake review. Posting from Pakistan, extortionists. In all, I counted 26 one-star reviews in the past 20 hours. This is unbelievable. Where is Google? Look at all of the absurd overlap in reviews among these Chicago moving companies. Yan in New York, the Australian locksmiths, and the Swiss dentist. Absolutely ridiculous. Each day I look, I find more businesses getting hit. from Texas to France to Canada to Dubai and back to New York.
This is happening routinely on Google. You've got to feel for these small businesses who are trying to make a living and don't have time to deal with both the scammers and Google. I reached out to Jan AC in New York for comment.
Marco Yan's response was short and to the point. Yes, the scammers F up my business already. You understand his frustration. He had proof of extortion attempts and provided me with screenshots. Jan was contacted by someone with a country code of 92, which is Pakistan. The guy showed him sample one-star reviews for Jan AC. Jan called him a scammer who defrauds and blackmails people. The extortionist responded that he's not a fraud. He's just filling an order and insinuates a competitor paid him $200 to hurt Jan's business with one-star reviews. He claims he wants to help Jan and can turn them into 5-star reviews. Before we wrap up, I want to mention that this is all a very fluid environment. Some of these reviews have disappeared since I captured them, while more continue to pop up. Somehow, Jonathan Towner of Silicon Valley Comfort was able to convince the extortionist to remove his one-star reviews without paying. Jan AC's one-star reviews have also disappeared. Whether he ended up paying or they were removed by Google, I can't say. But if Google did remove them, it left some sketchy profiles active so they can continue posting more fake reviews, like they have for the Chicago movers. Every day I look at this, I see more profiles posting one-star reviews and more businesses being hit. These businesses down here are the latest. And look at all these new fake profiles. Alpro Construction in Oakland, New Jersey just got bombed over the past 2 days with 39 one-star reviews. I'll show you. It's July 24th, 2025, and you see Alpro Construction has a 3.1-star Google rating based on 83 reviews. So let's sort by the newest. Look at this, a 1-star review from 9 minutes ago. Another 1-star review from 11 minutes ago. One from 12 minutes ago. 14 minutes ago. Another 1-star review from 14 minutes ago. Look at all of these 1-star reviews pouring in. This is outrageous, really. Google says it catches over 85% of the fraud before we even see it? Yeah, I don't think so. How are small businesses supposed to deal with this? I called to ask the owner, Albert Schimby, if he had heard from an extortionist. Indeed, he had. Once again, he was contacted by someone with a Pakistani phone number, as you can see by the country code 92 at the top. This extortionist immediately displays 1-star Google reviews he's posted for Alpro and says someone has ordered him to post 30 of them. Al Schimby asks who did that. But of course, the extortionist doesn't answer. Schimby asks how much he was paid, and he says $250 and follows up with, "How much can you pay?" Schimby says he doesn't pay for dirty work, and the extortionist says, "Okay, I'll complete the order." 2 hours later, he checks back in and asks for $200 to remove the 1-star reviews. Now, just as with Silicon Valley Comfort and Jan Air Conditioning, I don't think any competitor paid this guy. This is just a tactic used by extortionists to deflect blame onto someone else and increase the chance that he'll get paid.
And where is Google? Raking in advertising dollars from these small businesses and doing too little to clean up the fraud on its platform. Unfortunately, I don't see this changing until someone can hold Google accountable for the harm it causes. For that, we need Congress to act on Section 230.